Hello, good morning mga katribu. Welcome to another enlightening episode of Straight Talk, where we delve into the pressing issues that shape our times. I'm Chito Lozada. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Today, we are honored to have with us the chairman of the Negros Trade Fair and founder of Lakat, L-A-K-A-T, Sustainable Sneakers, Mr. Mike Claparols. But I would just like to say that the Negros Trade Fair is the longest running trade fair in the country, and it is celebrating its 38th year anniversary.
That's correct, yeah.
38.
This week.
Right.
This week, actually.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Mr.
welcome.
Claparols,
Welcome to the
Okay.
show,
Yeah.
Mike.
welcome to the show, Mike.
Yes, thank you for inviting me here, and I'm here to basically tell our story again.
Yes.
And thank you, Ted and Chito, for inviting.
Pleasure.
So
Yeah, we're honored to have you, and we're happy that you could find time because I know you're very busy. The
yeah.
trade fair opened yesterday.
yes, officially
It was launched
yesterday,
yesterday?
and to run until September 22, this Sunday.
So it opened. There was the opening was last night.
Yes, official opening, the RIMA, yes, with the
Yeah, okay.
governor.
Arima is what?
Well, RIMA actually
It's
is
like a ceremony or
It's a
something?
ceremony. Well, if you're familiar with what's happening in the haciendas in Negros, or even here in Pampanga, sugar mills, they normally would ring the bell every morning at 5 o'clock.
So that is Arima, pala. I'm
That's a
familiar.
RIMA, yeah.
I never
So
even
that's
knew the
basically
name.
to tell everyone and
Yeah.
start to work. You know,
Like
start-
in the stock market, huh?
yeah, parang ganyan.
Also
So
in the
everything
stock
starts with that, yeah.
I see. Okay.
So
Bell
we
ringing.
adopted that practice in the Negros Trade Fair to also remind us, because it's more than just a marketplace, the Negros Trade Fair. It's more, it's also to show our culture, basically
Yes.
the Negros culture,
Agriculture.
and
Okay.
that's part of it. Yeah,
So 38 years.
yeah,
38 years this year.
that's right. Yeah.
My goodness. Can you give us like a little, like a brief, like a snapshot history about, or a capsule history about how it started and all that?
That's part of the beautiful story behind that, because well, I don't know if you recall, during the 80s there was a sugar crisis when world sugar prices basically collapsed, and it
80s.
affected also Negros because being in the sugar bowl of the country, and it rendered a lot of the workers with no work, became unemployed. So of course there was. Right, we experienced some difficulty, including there was no more money going around. So until finally, 14 wives of hacienderos and one guy basically set up, came up with the idea to sell the products here in Metro Manila.
The products of who?
Negros itself. So they came up with the
Of
idea.
Negros producers.
Yes, among the wives of, specifically the wives of the hacienderos, they thought of an idea of, well, the only way basically was to create jobs through producing other products, not just sugar-based products. So they came up with the idea of making handicrafts
In Negros.
in Negros.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, to start off, they went here in Manila to learn from TESDA, from DTI,
Yeah.
a lot of the basic stuff. So those 14 houses eventually decided, we need to find a market, no? So they talked to Bitay. Bitay basically, if you
Bitay is
the former governor of Negros Occidental during
Daniel Lacson.
during 85, yes.
Daniel Lacson. His nickname is Bitay.
Is Bitay, yes, and I'm sad to say that he also passed a few days ago. That's why during last night's opening we made we made a remembrance,
We honored
activity.
him.
We honored him. So him together with the former governor Bitay Lacson and Bea Zobel of Ayala, basically they were instrumental basically to set up the ENP and eventually the Negros Trade Fair.
Why Bea?
Well, Bea Sobel basically, I think, had close friends also from Negros, and she saw the need of really helping out the province, So we also asked help, and basically, and the nice thing about Ayala, they provided us with a venue.
So that was the
Yeah,
first.
actually, the empty. I don't know if you remember, there was an empty parking lot
Yeah,
right
yes, of
across
course, yeah, the car
Rustans and
park.
Tricon, in between
The car park.
That's
yeah.
what's still.
Makati car park. Yeah.
Yeah, so the first Negros Trade Fair happened there in 1985.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because Bea helped
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
with Ayala, no, in Ayala.
Yes. So
And then what about Bitay? How did Bitay help?
well,
What is the role of Bitay?
well, we considered him as the father, in a way, the father of ANP.
Oh, because
Because he basically, we asked his help how can the local government help out this thing, and that's why, he was also part of Negros Navigation, if you recall.
I think he was the president.
So
during
he
that time,
said,
so-
okay, we will help you and support you, and I think he did some calls. Before you know it, he provided free shipment of the products from
fantastic. So
Negros
all the
to
products
the products
from Negros
from Neg-
were shipped to
free.
Manila.
to Manila. Yeah, so that was
For
for
free.
free. Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's fantastic.
that started it all, and that's why we owe a lot to him. I mean, the legacy of Bitay will always be remembered in helping the province.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. Okay.
No,
So-
now it's not only Metro Manila, so you're targeting also the export market.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of those Negros producers, those housewives, eventually they became exporters. In the
Eventually.
1990s, they were one of the top exporters. A lot
So
of
they
the,
started there.
but they started there in selling those crafts in Metro Manila. But eventually, and that's a beautiful part of it, because they ended up being exporters.
Okay.
Then
Wow. So
export.
so so there was a sugar crisis.
Yes.
And well, also because the crisis was was brought on by the fact that Negros, very rich province, had was a monocrop
It's
economy.
a monocrack. Well,
Sugar. So
And then-
when sugar during the good times made people prosperous.
oh yeah.
But when it crashed,
Yeah.
boy,
So the lesson
down
learned there is
everybody.
things can be unpredictable, and you have to be prepared for any eventuality. And for me, of course, the key there was also we weren't ready to face, not only the collapse of the sugar industry worldwide, sugar prices worldwide, but also we weren't also mechanized in that sense. I mean, the sugar industry wasn't geared to go for full efficiency, you know, and that's a lesson being learned, and I think we're still learning from that. Because look at the major sugar producers right now, Brazil and Australia.
Oh, my
they're
goodness,
fully
yeah.
mechanized.
right.
look at Thailand.
Yeah.
Thailand is all mechanized. My God, we're
And
losing out.
they learn from us.
They learn from us.
In fact,
That's a sad
Yeah, we
thing.
were
uh,
tayong pilot project tapos sila nag-develop.
yeah, so it requires political will and the will also of the players, the stakeholders.
Yes,
I mean, you know, we needed to do some investments.
Investments.
Okay, but this is about the
And that's a
sugar
different story. Yeah.
No, but then, and I think another important lesson that or a lesson or what have you to learn from this crisis was that Bitay was also a big he was a big advocate for diversification.
Yes,
di ba?
totally.
And that's why now that Association of Negros Producers was also one way of his what Bitay was preaching on in terms of diversification. Stop, get away from sugar and then
Yeah.
do something else.
Actually, part of his legacy was also to prepare not only the older generation, but the new ones, basically to think more ahead and to explore other opportunities, whether it's innovation, new product lines. So that's why that's still a big thing to do. I mean, for me, they have to do more research and explore other opportunities on that part. Because there are limitations being a monocrop, and you're at the mercy of not only the world economy on that, the prices, but also the weather. A big problem right now is the climate change that's affecting not only Metro Manila but even the provinces, and it's affecting the sugar industry. So we need to do our part really to look at other sustainable means of production, if you ask me. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Mike, okay. So let's talk about the Negros Trade Fair. How many how many
Exhibitors.
stall holders or exhibitors are there?
Last year there were 68, but this year we were up to 86, if I'm not mistaken. So there was additional, and we're so happy also to include more exhibitors from Negros Oriental.
Okay.
With this thing with the Negros Island region, we're in Negros
Has that-
Occidental. Yeah,
Has that been made official?
yes, it is.
Is it already official? So Negros,
Island.
one Negros Island
Yeah,
region.
which actually includes Siquijor also, by the way.
That's
Yeah.
been already,
Yes.
Is it a law or something?
It is already a law signed by
really?
the
Yeah.
president. Yeah.
So, Mr. Marcos.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're happy with that because that will also solve a lot of the logistics challenges. Because before, anything that needed to be done, let's say, it should have been done in Negros, you would still go to Iloilo. And the people from Negros Oriental, they have to go to Cebu. So I think we're planning to centralize a lot of the government services in one island. Yeah.
So where's the seat of the regional?
I think that's still
capital?
being established, but from what I gathered, a lot of the agencies will be in different cities. I don't know. I don't have the exact information on that.
Yes, okay.
So it would be named just Negros.
Negros Island region,
Negros Island.
NIR.
NIR,
Yeah.
NIR, okay. But isn't that during the time I think of Mar was trying to when he was senator, I think,
Yeah.
but Bitay also did that.
Yes, actually there were moves
remember
already.
He had
Yeah.
like a 15-year, he had
Yeah, but
a
it was-
long-term plan based on Taiwan.
Yeah.
Taiwan.
In fact, during the time of Noy also, there was already, it was heading towards that. Unfortunately, it was stopped by the previous administration.
What, yeah.
Duterte.
It was not
Yeah,
Duterte.
yeah, they stopped so got cancelled. So now they're moving forward, and it was signed into law already.
But I wonder why he cancelled it. But anyway,
Yeah, it was again politics,
politics. Okay. Always a hindrance to the development of people. Okay. Anyway, so sorry, we don't need to go into that.
Be
Sometimes I
careful
cannot help
with your
myself.
side
Yeah.
I can't help
But that's a
myself.
reality. I mean, those are the
That's
facts.
a real. This is an
Yeah.
objective fact that
There might have been other
reasons.
reasons we don't know, but that's what happened. Yeah.
So okay, but now we have all of these producers.
Yeah.
Okay. My God, so when did it start? I think it started when did this
The first
trade fair start?
1985 in itself.
1985.
Yeah,
EDSA. After EDSA.
After EDSA, that's right.
After EDSA.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a long time.
Well,
38 years.
Shortly
Sorry.
after.
So from the 14 that originally that started it, it has grown. It has grown.
oh yeah,
Now it's-
definitely
you have
over time.
86 or
86 exhibitors, yeah, for this year. Well, there were some local government units also that are part of the trade fair, because of course there's some businesses, some SMMEs who can't just afford to take a booth, so they basically got assistance with the LGU to represent them, basically. So now at least 10 LGUs are part of it.
So where is it now? Where is it being held?
Right now it's in the Glorieta Activity Center. There are two areas actually, the Palm Drive Activity
Drive, yes.
Center and the Glorieta Activity Center below. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it opens normally at 10 o'clock in the morning
morning.
until 9. But on Friday, Saturday, it's going to be 10 to 10.
10 o'clock in the morning up to 10 o'clock in the evening.
Friday, Saturday, yes.
And what would, okay.
Hold
Yeah.
on. I think we have to take
Commercial
a
break.
commercial
Okay.
break for now.
It's going to go fast, man.
Well, it's a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're having our commercial break.
Yeah, I want to find out who are the more interesting exhibitors. I'm sure. Then we can talk about the plan of the governor, di ba? Governor Bong Lacson had his plan to help rebel areas.
Yes.
Formerly rebel invested
Yeah.
areas, so that it's always an economic problem. Even the insurgency is an economic problem.
That's right.
Insurgency.
Well,
If-
if you ask me, if you want peace in the countryside, provide them with the jobs.
Correct.
The money has to stay there in the communities.
Yes.
And there has, that's the only way, well, in the business sense, cash flow happens there.
Okay.
They have money to spend, even among the stores there that sell.
So sa Chicks area yan, di ba?
Uh,
Are you familiar with the Chicks area?
What I know, hinubaan is one of them.
Candoni,
Yeah.
yung mamailan. I don't know
Hinubaan, yeah.
Hinubaan.
Not all in chicks.
Okay. What does I stand for? I don't know. It's a chicks.
Not ilog. Ilog, I
Ilog,
think.
ilog,
Yeah.
ilog.
So, yeah.
So, kabangkalan.
Kabangkalan.
Have we taken our break? So are we on again?
No.
And this break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, hashtag Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into pressing issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
So we're back then. We're still in Straight Talk with Mr.
With Mr. Lunan. Oh, sorry. Why am I talking about Mike Lunan? Sorry, Mr. Mike Claparols. They're all interrelated. The Lunans, the Claparols, the Lactons.
Are you related with Michael Lunan? I mean,
Yeah, Rafi Alunan, sure.
Rafi Alunan.
Is Rafi your
I think there's some link, but I don't know to what extent lang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say, everyone in
So
Negros.
interrelated.
Between Negros and Lilo, everyone seems to be
One
related.
big
Yeah.
extended family. Okay. Yeah, but
so you were asking, Ted.
yeah. Well, we were talking about Negros. I mean, what?
Yeah,
That it
we're
has
talking
become
about the sugar industry and
no, well, in relation to the Negros Trade Fair, no, in
Negros Trade Fair.
Trade Fair. So we were talking about the number of exhibitors, of producers
right.
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
grown
Yes.
from the original 14,
14.
the original 14 households or housewives that have organized their households or their workers to produce for the first Negros Trade Fair in
Right.
in 1985.
1985, yeah.
So and it has now grown to about 80 plus.
80 plus, yeah.
80 plus now. Could you give us a profile? What are there? What kind of goods or what kind of products are being sold?
Right now,
Are being produced and sold?
I'd say, well, half and half. There's, of course, the food sector, which
Food sector,
takes about 60% of
Because
the.
Negrense cuisine is always
Yes,
is
so
noted,
it's
no?
well represented there. Big brands like Virgie's, Margie's, and Fresh Start. Well, also the Rineta chorizo, if you
and the famous Bacolod chorizo.
Bacolod chorizo. So they're pretty well represented on that part. Then of course we have the non-food. Well, you have Hacienda Crafts.
The one of
the
Gaston,
one of
Cristina.
Ina and Joey. The one based in Manapla. Then there's also what you call this, Artisana, the one of Marian Colmenares.
These are world class, no?
Oh yeah,
World
they're
class.
exporting. Both of them right now are doing export.
Okay.
So if there's several other brands. Well, to Mandok, of course, the laminated tables they have there,
Yes.
and also silk from Bago
Silk
City.
products, yeah.
The silk scarves there of Oiska,
Yeah.
of Mr. and Mrs. Watanabe.
Yeah, this is a Japanese based in Bago, no?
Yes,
Is that-
married to someone from Thelma. Yeah, from there.
Yeah.
So they're based in Bago. So you have a diverse mix of both food and non-food.
Okay.
And over time, of course, there are new brands that have come in with roots from Negros. Production
Organic products.
organic products a lot, and of course we're also pushing tourism right now. That's why we have a booth there that pushes a lot of the beautiful places in Negros. So it's not it started as a marketplace during the time when things were in a downturn. But now we have expanded our reach, not only from food to non-food, but organic to organic products and also tourism, and well, we're still expanding.
In
yeah.
terms of tourism, what do you mean by tourism? Who's the
We're
one?
right now in collaboration with the Department of Tourism, the local office, to promote Negros.
Negros as a destination.
Yes, that's correct. And some of the products that are being produced in certain areas also may become tourist destinations in the future, which we're working on. So there's an integration on a lot of things, from products and services, which for us it's for a long-term sustainability, part of our long-term sustainability. And I also would like to talk about our theme this year.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you recall, in 2022, after the pandemic, our theme was Hidlaw. Hidlaw in Ilonggo means
Missing.
to miss
To miss something.
So that's why we came back. Then in 2023 we had
Hold on. So during the pandemic, you
we
skipped.
stopped for 2 years. Yeah,
You stopped for 2 years.
2020 and 2021 we had to stop.
2020. So you came back in 22. Wow.
2022.
2 years,
Then 2023 we had Amuma, which means to nurture.
Umam.
Amuma.
Is it an Ilonggo word?
Yeah, it's a Hiligaynon, also being used actually in the Visayas.
That's also that's very deep.
Yeah, very
I don't
deep.
think-
And this year we have Halad.
Offering.
Halad is offering, okay. And basically if you look at, I don't know if you see our logo there, it's actually an image, a drawing of the slipper orchid, which is actually endemic in Negros.
Slipper orchid.
The slipper orchid.
Okay.
I have the scientific name, but it's too long. But anyway,
Endemic.
it's endemic in
Negros.
in Negros and in the Central Visayas as a whole. So we chose that orchid basically because, number one, it's very fragile, but at the same time resilient. So it best encapsulates basically the Negros culture, our resiliency, our artistry.
Yes.
And so basically it makes us remember of who we are also. So that's why we chose that symbol. And Halad basically is an offering back to not only to Bitay Lacson as one. That's why we had that remembrance of him last night. It's also an offering to give back to Mother Nature. That's why our theme right now, and maybe in the future events, focus a lot on sustainability.
Okay.
Not only sustainability of the environment, but also sustainability when it comes to livelihood, and also in terms of the social cultural challenges that's happening right now. So it's getting deeper. Our mission in Negros Trade Fair not only touches buying and selling, basic buying and selling, but also to make things more sustainable. And for me, it's not only livelihood, but beyond that. So keeping even the culture, our practices, we want to maintain that, because that's what gives us our identity, and that's what differentiates us from others.
Yeah. How? What are the? Could you give us an idea about how? Well, you said it's sustainability is a key word, no?
Yeah.
If it's sustainable, then that means that you'll have to make sure that about your profitability.
Definitely. That's why when people ask me about sustainability, it's not only the environmental element, because they talk about raw materials, upcycling, and use of natural materials. But sustainability must also include the social, that you don't uproot those people from their place and bring them to elsewhere. That's one, and to keep their own identity in the farm, no? As a family unit. And number 3, economics. You have to be sustainable economically. In other words, the business has to earn reasonable profit, but at the same time, you're also paying your workers properly.
Exactly,
There's fair trade, So those 3 elements, environmental, social, and economics, have to be balanced.
Yes.
That's if you ask me, that's how I would describe and define it. Kasi yung iba, when they say sustainability, it's just using recycled material, that's it. It's more than that. So the whole supply chain has to be sustainable.
Sustainable.
When you produce a product. So in other words, your practices there, okay, even your family practice at home, you may be producing a sustainable product, but if you're polluting naman your house,
Correct, yeah.
you're buying too much plastics or throwing it elsewhere, then it runs counter. So it's really a mindset, change of mindset.
I'd like to, but in terms of sustainability, one of the products that can probably embody this is your own. No? You have Lakat sneakers. Can you tell us a little bit about your Lakat sneakers, which is made out of
Well, blended pineapple fibers.
blended pineapple fiber? Is that a sustainable ingredient?
Yes, it is because
Raw material?
Well, let me explain to you about the whole the value chain. Or you want me to start how I started it also?
Well, we can.
Okay.
We can start with it.
Actually, the idea came in about 2017 when my wife and I went into a trip, and basically we saw the potentials of sustainable materials, sustainable footwear. So in a way, that the light bulb moment happened there when we went to Hong Kong. Then at the same time, that same period, 2017, we also had a major shift when our business, rather than just buying and sell, we were traders. We became more involved
Production.
with production, and that involved our collaboration with weaving communities in Negros, specifically in Kabangkalan.
Why Kabangkalan?
Because, well, if
Is
you
that
ask...
where you're from?
No, actually I'm from Talisay,
You're
District 3.
Of course, yeah.
But
Claparols,
Kabangkalan,
yeah.
but Kabangkalan is because we discovered there was a weaving community.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard about Negros 9.
Negros 9.
Yeah, so it's in Kabangkalan. So we were connected there, and that basically gave us the impetus basically to start producing fabrics, more sustainable fabrics, handmade fabrics. Then the third important event that happened in 2017 is when we were introduced to the DOST agency called the Philippine Textile Research Institute.
Philippine
Textile Research Institute.
Okay. Of DOST. Okay.
Of DOST. And I said, my God, when I saw the potentials of the sustainable materials and footwear, then we were introduced to this. I mean, the means to produce it is already there in our backyards.
Okay. But is there a lot of pineapple? I mean, pineapple growing?
Okay, I get my raw materials from a place called Don Salvador Benedicta.
Don
Again, in Negros.
Yeah.
And because, of course, why Negros?
Oh,
Because that's part of it. Because we wanted to create more impact in the countryside. That's always our mandate. Me and my wife is to help people there in the countryside. And the only way, as I said, if you want peace in the countryside, I always tell the military, provide them with the jobs.
Provide them with jobs, yeah.
Which-
And livelihood, no?
Yeah.
And,
So we produce, we get the raw materials there, we process it into yarns here in Manila. Then I send them the yarns back to those weaving communities in Kabangkalan.
how much pineapple do you use?
Quite a lot. But anyway,
do you have your own farm, or are you-
no,
are you just buying
we
from-
tap with some cooperatives there.
okay.
So, and we use the leaf fibers, which the leaves are basically just discarded after harvest of the fruits. So we're using the Hawaiian variety, which is very different from the Spanish variety they use for the barong.
Okay.
So ours is we use
Hawaiian variety.
what you eat with Dole and Del Monte. Basically, that's Hawaiian pineapple.
Is that what they're
That's
growing
what being
in
grown.
DSB?
DSB and Bukidnon and other areas also in Mindanao. So we just make use of the fiber. With the leaves.
Yeah.
We use a solar-powered extraction machine,
Fantastic.
the only one of its kind in the Philippines.
You have it
We have it there in DSB.
in DSB.
Yeah. So from there, after we have the fabric, it's sent back here in Manila. We have a partner in San Mateo Rizal that makes our sneakers basically. So it's a partnership
Where are the sneakers made?
in San Mateo Rizal.
San Mateo Rizal.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's the whole supply chain. So my dream is to set up a similar facility in Negros, especially the conversion of the raw fibers into yarns.
Yes.
So more jobs there, hopefully.
Yeah, fantastic.
So yeah, it
I
always revolves around that idea that we have to provide jobs out there rather than
Correct,
here in
yeah.
Manila.
Then
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That's our
Great.
advocacy.
Wow. That's quite admirable. Huh?
Yeah. So the same
Are,
goes
are
with
there?
yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead, please.
Same goes with other producers in the Negros Trade Fair. The ones who I mentioned earlier, they're making use of more natural base fibers, right? Pandan or rattan,
Pandan.
yeah, pandan, tikog leaves, So trust me, there's so much fibers in
can
Negros.
imagine.
It's just a matter of converting them into something wearable or usable.
But then again, my question is: are these raw materials sustainable? I mean, like, can you grow?
Yes,
can you
yes,
grow,
definitely. Yeah, it's abundant. So it's a matter of how to maintain
to
new
have.
new set of plants to be grown. So again, that needs to be studied further. Which that's why I believe in regenerative farming also to make that
Yes,
possible.
That's another keyword.
Yeah.
It's not regenerative
Farming.
Regenerative farming.
Well, the key is in the soil.
Yeah. So now all of these dreams of all of these dreams that Bitay was all these things that he was advocating, diversification, it's happening now
It's happening
I
now.
think it's happening now, and it's going to move faster the next 5 to 10 years.
because also of technology.
Yes, and
Okay.
more government support also. And that's why I'm happy
So
with.
DOST is a big help.
Sorry,
DOST
DOST is a big help now.
And
Yeah,
is there now credit? Is there now accessible credit?
that's
available credit for MSMEs.
that's still a bit tricky because banks are so strict right now. But I hope they
Still,
open up. Oh, there are some financial institutions that are helping out SMMEs right now. It's growing. That I must say. Yeah, but it needs more. Needs more support. Needs more funding. Yeah.
So most of the exhibitors in the Negros Trade Fair are all small businesses.
Mostly yes, SMMEs yes, and medium size also. There's some medium
Medium-sized.
size. Yeah.
And many are in handicrafts.
Well, I said there's the non-food handicrafts area, but there mostly are the foods. Yeah. Some of the foods are already getting big.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah. But, so if you're beyond medium, you can't join ANP.
You can.
You can.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
San Miguel. That's
Oh,
what I
that's
mean.
already.
That's huge.
Beyond
That's
medium.
huge.
Yeah, because then you
We'll
will.
just get them for sponsors probably.
What about how? What are the in terms of profitability? I mean, in terms of how have you performed?
On our side.
Yeah, how are the sales revenues?
Oh,
The-
pretty good. Because and for me, what is important also, we're also get new buyers who do special orders. I think that's the whole idea of the trade fair. It's not only selling their retail, but potential distributors. That's all.
Wholesale.
It's wholesale. That's the whole idea. And in my case, for example, my dream is really to go more export for the sneakers. And so one step at a time.
Who are the successful exporters right now that has been part of the trade fair?
I think Hacienda Crafts would be
Hacienda
one of them.
Crafts.
Artisana, yeah.
Well, you should see there. You should
Yeah.
see Hacienda Crafts.
Yeah.
These are-
talagang
Yeah, they
world
make
class,
these beautiful hanging lamps made out of
man.
natural
World class.
material.
Creativity.
You should visit the trade fair. Then
Yeah,
you'll understand.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Try it.
You should.
Okay.
You should.
So we're into the parting words.
But are the producers?
So ask the last question, Ted.
Okay.
But, well, can you invite people, and what
Yes.
can they expect to see? And but again, what makes this special? What makes the Negros Trade Fair the longest running trade fair in the country?
That's
I think when you go there, you will feel the energy that drives people, especially the business owners. There's definitely that commitment, not only to produce and to survive, but also the idea that they're also trying to elevate the design, like many of the non-food sector. They're trying to improve the design, so that's why we see a lot of collaborations with different government agencies, with designers. So it's not what you see this year will be the same next year. So there's always that evolution.
So there's a
And that's
creativity.
the whole idea. And in fact, in the Negros Trade Fair, through the Association of Negros Producers, we have also the Bulawan Awards. Where
What is Bulawan Award?
basically it's a product dev contest, product development. And
Is there an agency that
actually, it's internal among the Association of
internal.
Negros Producers, but in the future, we're looking at collaborating with the agencies like the
DTI.
Design Center of the
Design
Philippines of
Center,
DTI. Yeah, because for me, we have to go beyond.
so Bulawan is internal? I mean, it's,
At the moment, yes.
the ANP has created that.
Yeah, yes,
And then they award the best,
yes,
you know, in
yes.
terms of
Product design, basically.
okay.
Yeah.
And that's held annually.
That's done annually in Bacolod. Yeah.
Okay. In Bacolod, yeah.
So, but we're planning to go beyond that, as I said, with agencies or other experts, even foreign.
Yeah, that's great.
Can you invite the
Okay, so
viewers?
thank you for listening, and I would like to invite everyone to the 38th Negros Trade Fair. Well, it started yesterday, so we'll be running until September 22, this coming Sunday. And I hope you can visit us and basically appreciate what we're doing and enjoy the food.
The venue, the venue.
The venue is in Glorieta Activity Center and the Palm Drive Activity Center.
And it's open from what time?
Well,
10 a.m.?
it's actually 10 to 9, but Friday,
10 to
Saturday, I know it's 10 to 10. Then on Sunday, it's back to 10 to 9. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, great. So, thank you very much for your time, Mike.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I wish you success.
Yeah, thank you, Ted.
I wish
Chito.
the trade fair success.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So you're part of our journey now. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much for your time. Okay.
So,
Thank you for joining.
thank you for joining us, mga katribu, and
For
another insightful episode of Straight Talk. We hope you found today's discussion as enlightening as we did. A big thank you to our guest, Mr. Mike Claparols, for sharing his valuable insights with us. Remember, if you have any questions or would like to continue the conversation, you can reach out to us through our social media channels or visit our website for more updates. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more thought-provoking content and interviews, and right here on Straight Talk. This is Teddy Montelibano.
I'm Chito, Lozada. Until next time, wishing you a great day ahead. Stay informed and stay engaged.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Meralco.
Isang magandang araw mga kaliwanag at ganun na din sa mga katribu. Nakakalungkot nga ang nangyari sa marami nating kababayan dahil sa pananalasa ng Super Typhoon Karina. Daming pamilya, lalo na sa aming mga customers sa Meralco, ang naapektuhan at nalubog sa baha. Kaya kami sa Meralco naging puspusan ang pagtugon namin sa mga pangangailangan ng aming mga customer nitong mga panahon na ito. Hindi po tumigil ang ating mga crew kahit malakas ang ulan o mataas ang baha sa pagbibigay serbisyo. Mula sa pansamantalang pag-alis ng supply ng kuryente para maiwasan ang aksidente, hanggang sa muling pagbabalik ng supply sa oras na ligtas na ang sitwasyon. Napakahalaga po ng public safety para sa amin dito sa Meralco. Kaya bago po namin ibalik yung aming serbisyo sa mga lugar na lumubog sa baha o gayon din sa mga nasirang electric facilities, sinisiguro namin na ligtas muna ito para sa lahat ng customers ng Meralco. Ini-inspect po muna ng aming mga tauhan ang mga lugar na nawala ng serbisyo ng kuryente para malaman kung ano ang naging sira o problema sa aming pasilidad. Kapag nalaman na namin ang naging problema, uumpisahan ng kumpunihin ang mga pangunahing linya ng kuryente. Sa oras na ito, darating ang aming mga equipment at mga kagamitan na gagamitin sa pagsasaayos. Una po naming inaayos ang aming mga linya ng kuryente na nasa main sections. Kapag okay na ang main power lines, ay susunod natin agad ayusin ang mga linya sa mga kali at mga kabahayan. Ito po yung dahilan kung bakit maraming mga bahay ang hindi agad na ibabalik ang serbisyo ng kuryente noong kasagsagan ng bagyo. Dahil maaaring wala ng baha sa kanilang kalye pero sa kalapit na mga lugar, lalo na yung sa major sections, ay hindi pa ligtas na ibalik ang supply. Ngayon, fully restored na halos ang serbisyo ng kuryente sa lahat ng apektado at salamat sa magigitin nating mga line crew na 24/7 walang tigil na magtrabaho sa kabila ng bagyo at baha. Walang tigil sa restoration efforts doon sa mga lugar na apektado. Saludo kami sa inyong lahat. Bukod din sa pagre-restore at pagsasaayos ng linya ng kuryente, tumulong din po kami ang aming employee volunteers sa Meralco Rescue, sa disaster response, partikular sa mga pagsaklolo sa mga na-stranded dahil sa baha. Agaran din nagbahagi ng libu-libong relief packs ang One Meralco Foundation para sa mga pamilyang pinakaapektado ng bagyo sa iba't ibang bahagi ng aming franchise area. Nakabantay pa rin po kami anumang oras upang agad rumesponde sakali man magkaroon muli ng service interruptions o anumang emergency situations. Layo namin na ayusin ang aming pasilidad na naapektuhan ng bagyo sa lalong madaling panahon. Maaring mag-message ang aming mga customers sa aming mga social media channels kung sakaling may iba pang concerns. Ako po muli ang inyong lingkod, Manong Joe, hanggang sa susunod na episode natin.